Hi, this is just a quick overview of the Virtual IT Recruitment database. As we go into the database, you'll see that on the first menu we have a number of areas: the candidate information, where we would enter that, candidate search, clients and vacancies, and a number of reports. When we look at the candidate, as we add one, it gives us a unique reference number. We can then put in the information we need to capture, including such things as salary rates they're looking for, availability, the advert they've replied to, any reason that they might have their accounts on hold, driver's licenses, and the rest. You can then put in contact details as well as references. When a candidate comes in and you want to interview them, there's a section here where you can capture the information from that interview, such as the date, who interviewed, the source, where did they find out about you, word of mouth, various media, the internet, were they punctual? If not, do they telephone that they were going to be late and what was the reason? Other things such as salaries, benefits, professional ambitions, personal goals, and the position they're applying for. Now, from the interview side through to the employment record, where actually we would record the historical employment, we can go through and print a CV. The CV would have their name on it, your logo, your contact information, the person in your team that was doing the interview, and the position they were applying for. And on the CV, it would have the information such as their salary requirements, computer literacy, languages, education, etc. We can go through and capture such things as software, courses, languages, and tests that might have been conducted during the interview. The section here to put in their education background, be it tertiary or school. And then we get into our category section. And this is where we categorize the candidate's background, their experience. Either if we want to make things quick and we're working with a small number of people, we could put in their preferred profession. Although afterwards we can put in whether a breakdown of accounts and admin, advertising, academic and professional, etc. Now we have 18 main categories. And within those we can put in as many multi or subcategories as we like. By just double clicking, if it's not there, we can double click and we can add. And we'll be using these categories later to search, so when we get a job in from our clients, or vacancy from our clients, we can go through the search function to find the best candidates that we have to send forward for those particular positions. We have a communication log where we click on Add Record. It'll put the date and time in automatically, and then we can record any conversations or any communications we've had with this particular candidate. And we can add and find or delete as many as we want. This is where we can double click and hyperlink it to any particular document that we want to. For instance, there could be a hyperlink to a photograph of the candidate, a copy of their driver's license, or any certificates they may have for supporting their education. Now there's 5 links there, not 4, there's 5 links there, and we can add as many groups of 5 as we like. So if the candidate gives us 20 odd certificates, we can take care of those and we can link to them. When it comes down to clients and vacancies, we would get the information from our client and we record our client's information here, street addresses, if we have to put their account on hold, why. And here we have our main contact, which would be the construction company name there and the telephone number, and underneath we can put as many additional contacts as we like. Again, we have a communication log for the client, so we can record any conversations or any communication with the client, and then we can log in their vacancies. As they come in, we'd say the position that was being required, the type of vacancy, the salary, the fee, etc., and any notes that we'd like to make on this. At the bottom here we can put in where we've placed adverts. Once we put in the advert information, we can go through, and in this case here we're looking for a driver. But once it's in there, we can double click and that will give us our advertising report, which we can email or send through to our advertising medium, whichever way we like, fax or email. Once we've done our search of candidates, which we'll talk about in a second, we can put the CVs forward to the client and they can decide whether they want to see these particular candidates again or make whatever comments they like. Later we can put in information on the placement, where we place the candidate with the client who was placed. We can drop down because we'll have a list of our candidates. The database has a very powerful search facility, and when we go to the candidate search, we would reset the criteria to get a blank form, and we have a number of areas that we can talk about now. Remember earlier we discussed the main categories. There's 18 main categories. So I'm going to choose my accounts and admin, and once I've done that, you'll see on the side here all the subcategories that I've added in under that main category appear. Now I can search either individually, or by holding down the control key, I can do multi-searches. I'll just do 3 or 4 here. Then I'll search. Now that gives me this group here. Now within this group I can then search within a salary range. Let's just say we're going to salary from 9,000 to 14,000. I can search within my group. That reduces me down. And I can also search within age groups within that search that I've just done. And also within equity and gender. And then I now have my 2 candidates I'd like to forward for this particular position. And if I want to know more about them, I can just double click. It'll open up the candidate, and then I can go through to their CV and send it out. Print it, send it out to the client that's interested. And that's basically how the search works. It's multifunctional. You can, as I said before, search within ages, salaries, equity. And that's just an overview of the facilities that you can find in the search section. If you want more information on that, please let us know and we'll give you feedback and answer whatever questions you may have. In terms of reports, I can pull out my candidate reports where it'll give me my candidates with their references only, so there's no contact details, so I can send the references through to interested clients. Candidates with references, communication logs, mailing lists, and we can also export the candidate contact details into Excel. We can look at the search reports, which is the reports on the candidates listed by their categories and by their subcategories. We have client reports where we have our source report. Where's our business coming from? Is it via the internet? Is it via local media or whatever? Vacancies and placements we've done. List of placements per client. Marketing reports, etc. Reports on communications. And again, we can export the client contact details into Excel and mail merge into any letters that we want to send out. I have reports on the advertising control form. What have we spent? How much have we paid of it? Same on the report. We have a daily vacancy report, which again will give us what's outstanding at the moment and what do we need to do about it. We have CVs in response to advert numbers, etc. We can update our company information should we want to, and update our team's information. Now that's just a very quick overview of what the Virtual IT Recruitment Database does. If you want more information, please contact us at info@virtual-it.co.za, or you can contact us on telephone number 0861 virtual, that's 0861 847 882. And if you want, we can give you a more in-depth overview of the Virtual IT Recruitment Database, or in fact we can even do your webinar. That way you can ask whatever questions live and we can go through the database in a live mode so you can see it working as it should be working.